Today on the channel, they say when you're NWO that you're NWO for life. Well, we're going to find out and test that today with the Mattel Ringside Collectible Retro NWO 4-pack.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel Retro unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we've got the 4-pack of the NWO with Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and Syxx. But remember, for all your NWO 4-pack needs, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Gotta get a deal out there, as we know. And like I said, this is a Ringside Collectible 4-pack. Ringside's the only place you can get this pack, so head on over there. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's look at the outer packaging here. And this is an interesting one, as we do get the nice box set for these, and we've seen that with these Mattel Retro figures since they've came back as Mattel Creations and now Ringside Collectible exclusives. But the first thing I noticed when I got this at my doorstep was how thin this box was. I envisioned it to be a lot thicker than this. It makes a lot of sense, saving packaging, saving weight, all that kind of stuff. Got to get a deal. It is a business. Got to save money. But definitely feels a lot thinner than I imagined. I'm like, how could they get two sets in here? Well, we'll show those here in a second. But looks really cool. Love the packaging design. Love the NWO feel. Feels a little weird with the WWE Classic logo on there. But it is what it is. Of course, you got the 4 characters that are in this box. Down low, official Retro Tag Team 2-pack set. On the side, you got all their names, all that kind of fun stuff. Got the same thing on the other side, NWO logo. And then the back, I love the black and white copy on the back. Feeling very retro style, of course, what this is. You got the NWO there in the ring. Be interested to see if we ever see that ring re-released again. I could see them eventually doing a ring that maybe doubles as a superstar / retro ring. Kind of a one-size-fits-all ring. I could see that in the future. We'll see what happens. It would be a perfect Mattel Creations or Ringside exclusive, I would imagine. You got the wrestlers down low, WWE logo, official Retro Tag Team 2-pack. Now, I did say this shipped to me, and it did ship just like this. This is the way it's shipping out. Right here, we got the old box protector, and you can see right there, WWE logo, things like that. It makes sense to me. I don't know. I guess some people have complained. I've seen early complaints that the shipper box has been damaged, but I don't know how much you need to do. You need a shipper box inside of a shipper box. I guess that's what people would prefer there. But at the end of the day, it's supposed to be a throwaway box. And I do understand people want to keep this box and stuff like that, but I don't know. You can't make everybody happy, but I get it. If you get this thing, it's all damaged and messed up, that messes up this box inside of here, that messes up your figures inside of there. I think Mattel's probably saying, okay, this is a shipper box, here's a shipper box, here's the packaging, here's the figures. But maybe a lot of people, sounds like they want to go one more step, put this inside of a box. But it is what it is. See you later. Goodbye. Now, we've looked at this. This is nice. I'm saving on to this for sure. I'm going to put this gently off to the side. But then we do get the packs themselves. And we got some changes this go around here. And I guess we're going to do Scott Hall and Kevin Nash first is the way we're going to go. But definitely similar, but definitely different here. Now, it'll be interesting to see if there's going to give you protectors. Of course, the Mattel regular retro style carded figures, there is protectors. You can get those on Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save 10%. No protectors for these yet, but this kind of comes in a protector, as we got a little bit of that Coliseum collection flavor going on with this one here. As the packaging is removable, you can put them back in there. Good and bad with that. It's nice you can pull them out, play with them, put them back in here. But at the same time, if you want truly mint on card, you'll really never be able to know, because people could have played with this forever, put it back in. Oh yeah, it's mint on card. It's mint on card. Well, the kid played with it for 10 years. So goes a little bit both ways. Not a bad thing. At the end of the day, I'm opening this up, so it's not too big of a deal to me. But I can see a few people, like everything else, maybe some people like it, some people don't. I think that's a pretty common occurrence in most things action figure. But there it is, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, looking good. That WWE logo on the side. Of course, both guys in the package here. Little actions on the side. What's it say here? Real superstar action, the Outsider Edge and the Outsider's Bomb. Very cool names for those moves. Obviously, it's not the official name, but it plays on the old Hasbro's of old. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash down below there. And then on the back, you get the big cross-sell. Of course, not really a cross-sell, but it's the 4 that are in this pack here. Get a little blurb down here. Get a little demonstration of their action features. Black and white background once again. What's it say about Scott Hall and Kevin Nash? Hall and Nash led the NWO attacks on WCW as the faction's founding members, the Outsiders. And of course, we're empowering the next generation through play, as we do know. Now, there is some gripes out there. I see both sides. Once again, it's like yin and yang on a lot of this stuff. But a lot of people are saying, oh, I don't like it because they have the NWO shirts on. All 4 of them have NWO shirts on. Wish they were all shirtless. Would have been a cool little Chase variant, maybe the shirtless edition, the shirt edition. That could have been something. But I don't mind this. I don't know. For whatever reason, back to when I was a little kid with the Hasbros, I guess I just suspend disbelief, and it kind of is what it is. And I take myself back to being a little kid. I would have not cared less if they had shirts on. Wouldn't have changed anything for me. I've talked about it before with Roddy Piper's kilt, DiBiase's suit, LOD and their shoulder pads. Never made a difference for me. These wouldn't either, but I guess it comes down to appearances, how you like it. I guess I like it. It gives these guys a little bit more pizzazz. They're small figures. They're not all detailed like an Ultimate, a Supreme, an Elite, Unrivaled, Unmatched, Ultimate, you name it, all that kind of stuff. But they're definitely different, but I don't mind the shirts on here. Maybe it looks a little strange to some people. To me, it's not that big a deal. But I do like the removability here. We talked about that. See if I can figure this out. It's pretty easy, I think. I just can't figure it out. But should be able to slide this right out fairly easily. What are we doing here? What is going on here? This is all locked in at the top. What do we got going on? We got like a flap here. All right, maybe it's not as easy. Maybe I misspoke. I don't know. There we go. Okay. All right. Well, we're getting it. We're getting it maybe. Okay, so I take this back here. So now, okay, now I have to walk that back. So it is taped up here at the top. So we do have tape up here. So I guess you can still remove it, but you can't remove it as clean as I thought you could. So that's great for you mid-on-card people, I guess we'll call it that. But it is taped up there at the top. So be wary, be leery of that if you don't want to mess up the carding too much. But it can be put back in there, but not as hard and it's not as easy to get out as I thought it was going to be. So I don't mind that, is what it is. But there they are in the old plastic prison. Old Scott Hall, old Kevin Nash himself. Pull these guys out. Maybe. Jeez, there we go. There's one. And there's 2. And off to the side, a gentle. See you later. There it is right there. And we got old big sexy Kevin Nash first. We're going to go with this one first. Looking good. Nice goatee on him. Love the big, long, wavy hair. Looking really nice. Got the glasses, of course. Glasses not removable on this one. Definitely looks like Scott Hall, Kevin Nash. You could pass it for Diesel if you needed to as well. Looking good there. He's got the black and white logoed NWO shirt going on. Looking good once again. Paint perfect on these. Has a nice feel to it. It definitely feels like a Mattel retro figure. Got the tattoo detail on him. You got the white wrist tape as well. And then the 2 big old fists. Absolutely love that. Love the fist. And then you got the action. There's the action. That's the one thing Mattel has over the competition is the action features. That adds so much to this. Obviously, for adults in this day and age, maybe you don't need the action. As a kid, I rarely ever use the action for whatever reason. But it's definitely iconic, and it definitely helps have these a link to the Hasbro past with these actions here. But definitely looking good. Love the 2 pounding fists of fury here. And then you got the old Kevin Nash pants on with the side, kind of fringe on the side sculpted in there. A good looking figure. Of course, does he fit on a Ringside Collectible stand? I'm sure he will. Look at that. Fits perfectly on a Mattel Ringside stand if you need a little extra support for Kevin Nash. But no problems with that Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash all day long. Just like Scott Hall. Once again, we're Scott Hall all day long. Love the action feature on him. Kind of like the Ultimate Warrior Series 2, Hulk Hogan Series 1, and others. Definitely looks good. Outsider edging, I can see putting somebody up there. Bam, there it is. Makes a lot of sense. I love the continuation from Kevin Nash that we got them both in their shades. They're both representing the shades. Got the big old 5 o'clock shadow going on for Scott Hall. All day long, you know this is Scott Hall by the hair, and the appearance looks just like him. NWO shirt, just like Kevin Nash. Matching team there. Painted on elbow pads, of course. You got Outsiders on the tights there. The red and black attack. The red boots going on with the black. Very patented Scott Hall for the time. Looking really nice as well. So, beautiful figures here. Does he fit on a Ringside Collectible stand? I'm sure he will if his partner in crime will. What do you know? There it is. And I love that Kevin Nash is a little bit bigger than Scott Hall. And Scott Hall, one of those guys that you just assume is a lot smaller because he was next to Kevin Nash all those years. But man, you meet Scott Hall in person, he's just an absolute giant and just makes you appreciate how much taller Kevin Nash really is. Because on TV, it always kind of felt like he was the little guy. And by no means was Scott Hall ever a little guy, as we do know. We got those guys. Whoa, he fell off the stand. making his final stand right there. What's going on here? What's going on, Scott? Stay on there. There we go. Just keeping him on there. But, of course, I did grab a couple of friends. How about a little Razor Ramon? I grabbed the black and red attacked Razor. And then I went back to the Mattel Retro line to get Kevin Nash here. Very, very similar figures. Actually, it is the same figure here, just painted differently with a different head. So I thought I'd seen this before. So get the most out of the molds. They're doing it even in the retro line, so we do got that there. So a little comparison between these guys. Very cool to see from the old school Hasbro and Mattel original retro line. Now we're going to turn our attention over to 6 and a Hollywood Hulk Hogan. How about that? There it is, the old Dream Team. Feels weird having these two together. It feels like a weird 2-pack, but this 2-pack makes all the sense in the world. You can't split these two up and put one over here or one over there. So it's just interesting, just luck of the draw. But it does work, I guess, in the end. But you got 6 right there. You got Hollywood Hulk Hogan. You got the action features off to the side, WWE logo, the glamour shots. What to say for their stuff? The 2 Sweet Stomp for the Hulkster. I don't know about that one. And then the 6 Springer. Now, 1, 2, 3 Kid was his Hasbro back in the day, and one of the worst body styles of all time, the Rick Rude, Ric Flair, the Rick pose, really. Unfortunately, 1, 2, 3 Kid got that. If anybody needed to be a jumper, it was the 1, 2, 3 Kid, and he didn't get that back in the day. So now, all these years later, as 6, he's got it. Of course, you got the file card down below, UPC's warnings, cross sells, all that kind of fun stuff. Ages 6 and up on these, for those keeping track at home. Hollywood Hulk Hogan in 6. Hulk Hogan in 6 ran roughshod over WCW as the first incarnation of the NWO, forever changing the landscape of the business, but not the landscaping business, just the business of wrestling is what I assume, but that's the way it goes. Not a whole lot more to it. We're going to dive it out. 2022 Mattel, it says, and these felt like there was a little bit of a delay. Like these felt like they should have been in our hands like a month ago or so. I don't know. What is time, as we always do say as well. Can I get them out? There it is. Got this figured out. It only took 2 tries, but there we go. And the Hulkster in 6 right there, looking good in the plastic prisons. I'm just hoping this Hogan leg doesn't just always punch up. Like Sheamus had that, the old kicking thing. I think Jeff Hardy had it as well in the Mattel Retros. It was a very annoying action feature. So we'll see if the Hulkster's got the same fate here. Pop him out. Oh boy, it feels that way. It feels that way. And old 6, pull him out off to the side. See you later. We're going to look at 6 first, I guess. We're going to start with 6. And looks good. Like I said, this makes sense. I feel like he should be a jumper, so I have no issues with this one. Jumper, probably my least favorite. The Rick Rude, Ric Flair jumper poses, those are my least favorite. But for 6, it feels like it works, especially in this dynamic right here. So I definitely don't hate this. All day long, I know it's X-Pac. One of the few guys that can get away with every single action figure having his tongue out. Makes sense for him. It's definitely annoying. I'm not a big fan of that on most action figures, but it does work for him. Got the long black hair, got the red bandana, of course got glasses. All 4 guys in this set have glasses on. That's an interesting dynamic. NWO shirt, we know all about that. He's got the 6-Pac logo on the back, the old pool ball. I don't think that's accurate though. Wasn't it higher or in the middle or up in the corner or something, not low like that? Not the end of the world there. He's got 6-Pac on the side of his trunks. Tights, I guess. Got the red and black attack going on, red boots. Definitely looks good, but it's your classic jumper feature if you love the jumpers. Like I said, I was not a jumper guy, but it definitely works here for him, I do feel. I'm sure he's going to fit on a Ringside Collectible stand as well. What do you know? Fits perfectly right there. And I do have his partner in crime, one of the all-time most valuable wrestling figures, especially in the Hasbro line. We got the old 1, 2, 3 Kid. So there it is, my 2 least favorite positions for Hasbro figures, and he got both of them. What a time to be alive for old 6, X-Pac, Sean Waltman. But looking good, of course. Love the old Hasbro 1, 2, 3 Kid. Now we turn our attention to the Hulkster in the main event for many people here. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. The arm's stuck. Very tight on the arms here. Of course, articulation. I didn't walk through articulation on any of these. They all have the same for the most part, except for X-Pac. X-Pac has his arms back and forth, his head, a little bit of movement to the head, arms up and down, and then the jumper position. Hulk, just like Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, they get the arms that move. They both have that. They both have the head, and then Hulk has the legs. The other 2 do not have leg articulation. Hulk has that Sheamus kick. He can do, I guess, the big boot or the kick to the knees if you need to. But I hate that feature because it is very hair-fine trigger on this one, so it does get a little bit annoying time to time. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but we did see, was it at WrestleMania weekend? I was there. I should probably remember this. But at the Mattel Superstore, I think they showed off the future Hulk Hogan. Of course, the red and yellow Hulk Hogan for the retro line coming this fall. And I believe that Hulkster is the exact same one as this one, just painted differently. I think that is the same everything going on there. So we might get this Hulkster in a different shade of color, but very similar in the future. All day long, this is the Hulkster, though. I think they really nailed it in the retro line. Definitely looks like him. Love the Hollywood bandana. Love the white glasses there. The old superstar Billy Graham hair color there with the bleached blonde and the black coming through, looking really nice. NWO shirt, we're seeing a theme, of course. He's got the slits in the back, though, Hulkamania style. Hollywood belt painted in. Always loved the lightning bolts on the tights on the Hulkster. Always loved it when he went from the trunks to the tights. Made him feel so different. Definitely. And then remember when he went back to the red and yellow from being NWO and he went back to the trunks? It felt so strange. It like played with my mind for some kind of reason. But definitely cool there. NWO logo, lightning bolt on the boots as well. All day long, the Hulkster once again. Does he fit on a Ringside Collectible stand? No doubt about it. The Hulkster's fit and the Hulkster's got to go on it. And I did grab a former Hasbro Hulkster. The best Hulk Hogan figure from the Hasbro days. Don't try to tell me that Bear Hug Hogan was so good. I absolutely hated that figure. Of course, I bought it when I was a little kid, but I was not a big fan. The playability was not there. Just wasn't there. This was the best playing Hulk Hogan from back in the day. A lot of people might say the first one as well. I think it's this one, but it's your opinion, whatever you want. But there they are together there as well. So a little Hasbro counterpart for each NWO member here. But not a bad day, a pretty cool pack, a fun 4-pack here. Of course, like I said, it is a Ringside Collectible exclusive. It is in stock right now, so if you're after these, you better pick them up. Very cool to have after all these years, some NWO retros. Never thought I'd see the day, in all honesty. It'll be interesting to see where the next set for Ringside Collectibles goes in the future, but I'll be ready for it here on the channel and here at this very table. But let me know your thoughts on this NWO 4-pack. Easy pickup, easy pass. Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day. And then some. Yes, and then some. We got tons of content for you. 3 videos a day, man. Does anybody give you this much content? Truly the James Brown of YouTube at this point. But also don't forget about the Patreon for even more content, including bonus videos, Q&As, giveaways, you name it, plus early access to every single video here on the channel. You can also support the channel by being a member of the Patreon, and you can also support the channel by Pro Wrestling Tees. Search Kyle Peterson, pick up a t-shirt, and don't forget social media. Sir Paul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for the NWO, I'm Kyle, and I'm NWO for life.